What is going on, everyone? It's your guy Cole Jackson back here on Road Graders, and we are going to be getting back into the trenches today with Carson VINSON, diving into some of the developmental traits that I saw from him in this third and final preseason game. And just before we jump into it, I think Carson VINSON's biggest takeaway here is that he improved, got a little bit better each game, showing us a little something. I thought he was much better in game one than game two, and then game three I think was his best game. And so if things go well for the Baltimore Ravens, we probably won't see him until next summer. I want 20 healthy games out of Ronnie Stanley. So, hopefully we don't have to see him again until next year, but I'll say he left on a very high note. I'm excited to dive into it. If you guys are looking forward to this breakdown, if you love all the O-line breakdowns in this channel, if you're a fan of the trenches, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, O-line videos are brought to you by our friends over at One Bone, the guys that sponsor big and tall wear for the big offensive linemen. Go over there, use promo code ColeJackson15, use the link in the description down below. Go check it out. As you can see here, big supporters of O-Line Masterminds. New line coming out soon that Creed Humphrey is sponsoring. As much as this is a Tyler Linderbaum friendly podcast, we still love Creed Humphrey and what he does on the offensive line. So let's dive into it. We'll start in his pass protection, and just what I want to really focus on in these first few reps is the range that he showed. And so you're going to see it here. This is exactly what I was hoping to see. And you can see Carson VINSON is getting like a wide 9 tech here as he lines up outside the split out tight end. So there's that range. And this is what I was hoping to see from him. So you can see right here, right off the snap, he's out. And we talked a lot about him dropping that bottom foot in his vertical set. And here you see him go at. So there's that assertiveness. You see that good hand placement. That's something that he's doing much better in this game. You're going to see it again in the second rep. Look at him go right out and then sliding. Again, just like, it just reminds me of a basketball defender, just getting out there and kick sliding. So there, boom, 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 boom. This is what I expected from the athletic Carson VINSON. So I like seeing the mix up in sets too, because, we saw a lot of vertical sets, and the big thing we focused on early in his preseason games was dropping this outside foot. So as you're going to see here, he's going to kind of mix in. He's going to take a vertical step, and then he's going to quick on this edge. So right here. Oh, no, I guess he didn't take a vertical step. He goes right at him. So that's just a quick set. Sorry, I thought he took a vertical set on that one. Or vertical step, sorry. This is just a quick set. And so this is the type of stuff. I remember gushing about Roger Rosengarten last year around this time because we were seeing so much nuance in his sets. And that's what you're seeing here from Carson VINSON. Just a lot smoother, mixing it up. That's the rep I was thinking of. Okay, so on this one, this is what I like to see. So, again, when we were talking about Roger Rosengarten last year, I thought he looked pretty advanced in his technique because you would see him take that vertical step. So he's going to go one step back on a vertical plane, and then he's going to go and attack the edge. And this is what I really like to see because you get into this setup where you're constantly vertical setting, and that opens that inside hand. So the more you can mix it up, the more you can impact this edge defender on how he's going to so right there, see there? Right there, watch his left foot, kick step, and then usually in a vertical set, he would just keep kicking, right, until he squares. But he's going to hit that kick step and then go at him. And hands on, you see that I'm using that length. This is what I'm talking about. This was what we wanted in Carson VINSON. We wanted a length and a range guy. So quickness, that's what I was so excited about. You see how quick he's coming off this snap. See how consistently he's landing his hands on these reps. Gets out there and right, boom. That is what I want to see from you, Carson VINSON. Boom. And then run him around the back of the pocket. See, nice little recovery there from Dellinger, thinking he had the inside help from the center. And him and VINSON are going to put their guys into the ground. So this is what I wanted to see out of Carson VINSON. This is what I saw. I thought his kind of upside was right there. He's going to mix that setup again and run him around the back of the pocket. This is what athletic left tackles do. This is the exciting stuff. This is what we want to see. Mix up your set. Don't rely on just a vertical set. Mix it up. And so the big thing that he's going to have to focus on now, kind of the last step in his evolution as a left tackle, is going to be dealing with power. And that's something that I think is going to come with his hand placement specifically, because he's got the length, he's got the strength, he's got the range, but if he's not landing his hands consistently, so I believe this is the rep. No, we got one more going wide. So looks like he's giving up a pressure here, but I want to focus on what he's thinking. So rule of thumb for offensive line play in pass protection, we block inside out. So you're going to see that corner. So two guys are going to come. The rule of thumb is we block inside out. So if there's two guys to block for one offensive lineman, we take the inside guy. That's the rule of thumb. If they overload, if they're sending more rushers than we have blockers, the quarterback has to throw hot. That's just the rule of thumb for offensive line play. So you're going to see that corner is going to jump in there. But you see how he took that cut? So when Carson Vinson makes his read to decide who to block, he's reading 50 is on the inside, 23 is on the outside. So what 23 does off of 50 is irrelevant based on his decision making. So I still think he makes the right call here. And as much as, you know, Leary's, I mean, he's kind of pressured up the middle, but if Leary gets his ball out a little bit quick or a little bit slower, that could have been a pressure. But I would not charge that on Vincent because I think he made the right decision. I think this is where we get into some of these power reps. No, we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is a good rep. So we're going to focus on a good rep, and then we're going to look at a couple of reps that were down rep. And so this is what I'm talking about. When he has to take this power on, he's a little high in his pad level, but doesn't really, you know, it's not too bad. So as he goes to throw his punch, I want to focus in on this. You see those hands in nice and tight? See how those white gloves are right beside each other? That's what we want to see because we want those elbows inwards. We want them in towards his torso, not outwards where our hands are landing outside. If you go back to the Vincent video we did 2 games ago, a lot of wide hands, and that's where he was giving up his chest and getting driven. That snap where he got put on his butt, he missed his punch. So like seeing this, nice inside hands, you see that punch, and that's how he absorbs. And as he absorbs through that, you're going to see him throw right there, and then watch him coil his back. So his hands got in low, into the chest pad, and there's that arch back that we look for in pass protection. So that gives him the upper hand that as the edge defender starts to branch into that secondary pass rush move where he's going to kind of bring his arm up and over. He's trying to push down with his right hand on that wrist, bring that left hand across right there. See how he's able to reposition? That's because he put himself in a position of strength. Now, it's not always like that, and this is where he's going to have to develop that next step. So right here, you're going to see him get run in through that inside hand. And so this is the edge defender is going to set him out wide and then attack that inside shoulder. And you can see his helmet. His helmet lands inside, and he's just going to drive through that shoulder. So he's got to be just ready for that. He's got to be able to absorb that a little bit better. Not too bad. It's kind of a slow burn loss. Here's another good example of him just kind of losing that inside hand, giving up a pressure there. So overall, very impressed with what he put together in pass protection. That was quite a few reps. I thought they all looked pretty good. And then we get into the run game, and what shocked me, and if you guys follow Brian Ballinger, Baldy NFL, on Twitter, you guys already saw this. Him hip humping and putting these dudes into the ground. This aggressiveness, this physicality. He's going to work a double team here with Ben Cleveland, but he's going to hit that finishing block. Watch this. Look at him drive the absolute shit out of him right into the ground. Good Lord, Carson Vincent. Where did this come from? This is what I want to see out of my offensive lineman. This is bringing that nasty edge. So, I mean, to be clear, he's taking this off of a double team, right? So this is he's hitting a double team. He's trying to clear this out. They're running like a little bit of a trap block here. So you're going to get the tight end is going to cut across. Anthony Miller's inserting. That's going to give that block for Dernis Johnson to go. So the whole idea here is that the left side of the line needs to collapse down. And boy, God, did Carson Vincent ever collapse down. Cleveland gets into the second level. Good block, well set up, and just a hell of a drive by Carson Vincent. Another one here where I thought he'd, and look at the stack box. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 9 in the box. The Ravens are in heavy. They're in 22 personnel, but good Lord. And there's Vincent. He's going to once again, look at him drive, puts another guy into the ground. So that's back-to-back run blocks. I'll run those through as I kind of break down my thoughts on those. Back-to-back run blocks where Carson Vincent is just playing that physicality game. And this to me is that George Warhop influence because we know Warhop coaches this way. We know Warhop wants physicality. And with these young offensive linemen, this is the type of mentality I want to instill, especially when these guys are hyper athletic. Though that's kind of the missing step with some of these guys. You're really athletic. You're like a Roger Rosengarten. You move really well in space, but you don't have that physicality element yet. And so that's what I want to start seeing come out of some of these young guys. It's also becoming a tone setter, and that's what we want out of our offensive line. You're going to see a couple more here. When we're talking about his athleticism in the pass game, this is where you see it in the run game. So he's got a scoop step, that inside shoulder, and you're going to see him do it, allow Cleveland to release, see him overtake there, helmet across, and he's just diving. You see him fight. He's fighting to get that inside leverage right through there. So good stuff. Does this pretty consistently from the backside. Now we're going to get out on the front side. Love this block. This is awesome because I complained about this earlier in that first video I did on him. So when he's the front side of a zone block, he's got to be a kick out. And so if you're not going to be able to kick out and drive this way, turn him back this way, because we need to remove him from where the running back's going. And so that edge rusher works himself upfield. VINSON just turns with him, and you see right there's that outside zone path. They didn't take care of one of the backside backers, but they did a good job VINSON does a good job of taking care of his guy, taking him out of the play. So that's what I wanted to see out of Carson VINSON. It's great to see that. You see it again here. Good hand placement. Block takes a little bit. He kind of latches off, but watch right here. Talk about finding work. So he's gonna clear space. I mean, he's moved him like 5 yards. So this is good. We want to see him latch onto this, keep this going. But watch VINSON right here as he loses his guy. Watch him try and shoulder check as the clip comes off. Right here. Look. He goes in and tries to lay out that DB. I love this kid. I absolutely love what I'm seeing from a physicality standpoint. I haven't seen a guy go from 0 to 100 in the physicality game quite as fast as Carson VINSON, and this is just great football. Now here, again, on the front side, so we're going to kick out this edge player. We got to be able to drive, and this is just going to be that functional strength. Hell of a play there by Rasheen Ali. Great cut. VINSON doesn't get quite the drive that he wants, but this is zone blocking here, where you're going to take care of these backside defenders. Lynchen's going to drive up to that second level and create that cutback lane for Rasheen Ali. He's going to make a guy miss. Hell of a block there, or hell of a run there by Ali. But for VINSON's part of that play, we just want to see that better drive block. Right here, just again, get him out of there, right? So we want to be able to hit that contact and drive. So it's going to be that power element. That's going to be kind of the missing step. Show him a little bit on the backside here because we know he does this so well. He's going to scoop step that inside shoulder. I find he cuts off really well in zone concepts. You see him fighting there. Want to see him drive through that outside shoulder, inside shoulder, just like we've been talking right there. Inside shoulder, drive through it. See him kind of stay on the top. So a lot of the things that I criticized, it's been great to see him have answers just 2 games later, and that's what excites me about this kid, that quick development. But really, it's his range and pass protection, it's mixing up his sets, and it's his physicality in the run game that are the key takeaways that you guys should know. That's his path to development, and I can't wait to see more out of this kid. If you guys enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, drop a comment down below, let me know what you guys think of Carson VINSON, and as always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.